No, I don't like to do that.
Especially if it go down there.
Wait.
Welcome to Dirty T Podcast. I can't get them to stop talking, so I gotta talk over them. We're at Dirty T Podcast. Welcome back. And Izzy is making really good friends with Poland Springs right now.
I'm a little hot.
Mind you,
The water bottle's feeling hot too.
It's not even summertime.
Remind you, it's 38 degrees outside.
38 degrees.
Water bottle's like,
And she is caressing that bottle ever so tightly.
that water bottle's gonna tell the rest of the bottles in the case like, I
You
had
have
a
no
day.
idea where I just been.
That girl was thirsty.
She even drinking the water.
She said that girl was
She's
thirsty.
just like,
That's crazy.
it's that fucking Red Bull. That's what it is. You shouldn't have touched that shit.
Yo.
You fucked yourself
Poland
up.
Spring going for the wings.
This is not sponsored by Red Bull. Let's just be clear
Or Poland
on that.
Springs.
Or Poland Springs. Fuck them niggas. Send me a check. I will endorse Jim Beam though.
Fuck
we
you,
love you
Amy.
and your apple flavor
And honey flavor.
and honey. Don't forget the honey.
And whatever other flavors.
Well, yeah. Can you guys not make me laugh while I'm trying to drink my whiskey? Sheesh.
I'm gonna need food and a drink after this. So we had to put a pin in the other episode because we just got entirely off the topic, and that's fine though because that's what Dirty T Podcast is about. You know, tell our truths, the shit on our mind, get it off of our chest. And if you want more insight to the shit we're talking about, follow us on social media. DirtyT_podcast. You can catch us on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, maybe OnlyFans in the future if they ever accept me back. We'll see.
She's going hard with this OnlyFans shit.
Because that's how I was making my money before.
I like OnlyFans.
It's a good platform.
I gotta see about that.
So raunchy.
You know?
Really?
Yeah.
I've never
So
been
some
on it,
feet
so I don't
pics
know.
again.
I was gonna say
I had to block
I will get
somebody
a
because they
pedicure.
wanted like full FaceTime videos. Like, nigga, I don't got time for that. If you don't want photos,
listen, we could do friend
leave me
on
the
friend
fuck
toes.
alone. Friend on friend toes.
How do you
We'll put
feel?
the water bottle in between our feet.
What happened about cousin?
Yeah.
Cousin toes.
Cousin
We were
toes.
supposed to do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I can
so
do interlock
girl on girl toe action. Don't miss out on that.
I know it's a lot,
that's
Mr.
soon to come.
Boombastic. I know.
This is
I'm
why
pretty
I'm
much a
single,
black
because
and
y'all
white type of
motherfuckers.
guy, like,
This is why.
I thought OnlyFans was only like vagina.
No,
And, like,
there's so much more
twerking,
to
man.
it.
I'm sure there's water bottles open.
I'm sure somebody has a
Oh,
water
yeah.
bottle fetish somehow, some way. We'll make it happen. We'll start the trend.
Would you ever like subscribe to somebody's OnlyFans?
Sure, why not?
What are you looking for when you subscribe?
You know what? There was this girl, you could tell she was a mom because she had hella stretch marks, but she was just so confident in herself that she was still like, even though it was not it, I subscribed just to support, you know.
Did she still have milk coming out of her tits?
No.
Oh, so
It
she
was
wasn't
just
like,
like-
she was like
It was
a
just
older
like,
mom.
it was a little saggy belly, a lot of like stretch marks all over the place. Like, don't get me wrong.
So she was like a little
I'm sagging
tiger.
just like the next bitch, but I try to hide it a little bit better.
She was like a little, she was like a little
That's all I'm
tiger.
saying. we all got our war wounds, so it's just like I just wanted to support her and let her know that there's a beautiful body no matter what in there. Like, yeah, like, so show it. And I love the confidence, and I think that's great. But I prefer strip clubs. I like to be up in front in the action.
You like to
Smack
see
some
ass.
ashes.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
what I like to do.
That's pretty much what I was getting at. Like, I wanted to know, like, what was you really looking for? Like, you
I
like-
wasn't really looking for anything. She was subscribing to me, so I subscribed back. So But not that I was doing anything
Like
crazy.
OnlyFans pen pals or something.
Yeah.
Like,
You know, I make friends with everybody, everywhere. It doesn't matter where I go or what platform I'm on, you know? That's what I do.
Okay,
So,
can I
bring people together?
share something?
Sure.
I remember we went to a bar one time,
Mm-hmm.
and there was like this gothic lady
Yeah.
that was there. She was
Mhm.
like the bartender.
Yeah.
She was fucking weird.
You know what? She bought a ticket to my show, though. I had to refund her because she bought she bought a ticket to the Halloween party.
Oh,
The goth
that was
chick.
one of them?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Shout out to you, girl. Thank you for supporting Dirty T Podcast.
and thank you for being weird.
I mean,
We're all a
yeah,
little
weird's
weird
not
here.
always bad, but
No, you want to see weird? Go to
I thought she was looking at me. I'm
No,
like,
no.
weird is just like another form of being different. Like maybe
oh
I
my
said that
God,
wrong. She
what
was
is
just
that
different.
bar on the corner of Boulevard in Prospect?
Spigot?
Spigot. That's where the weirdos go. I respect
I
it.
was
Love
just there
y'all,
last
but that
weekend.
was. I went there on
That's where
Halloween.
the weirdos
Wait, is that where
go.
they have the Jenga?
There was a guy in the whole like fucking horse
Izzy, you're
costume.
fucking funny.
is that where they have the giant Jenga?
Yes, the giant
oh my
Jenga.
God. I
I
wanted
was
to
playing
fight
darts.
this dude over touching my Jenga freaking. I wanted to bop him with one of my wooden freaking Jenga pieces. Anywho, let's put a pin in that in my anger over this person touching my shit.
Yeah, that's where the weirdos go. But
Noted.
I know not to go there, right?
no,
No,
it can be a
it's
good time.
a good time.
Not if you're
I'm
gonna
not
touch the
trying to be
Jenga
judged.
and you're not
And-
playing with it.
They have a food truck that smells amazing, so shout out to that guy
Is the
because he be
food good?
making some chopped cheese that be smelling amazing. I don't eat that late at night, so
That's where I lost my heels from my high heels. Remember, I went out there heelless.
Oh yes, yes.
I was like, well.
So it's where you lose heels and dreams.
I was.
And then there was these. I hope they're
those.
not listening in, but there was these girls that have Burger King uniforms, and I was like, please
Wow.
let that be like a Halloween costume. Until I saw the snaggletooth, and I was like, nah, she really worked for Burger King. Like that's tough.
We're not judgy here at Dirty T Podcast.
Shit.
Not at all.
I wasn't till she started like rocking my homeboy Lexus with her ass, like, and I'm just like, dude, you don't touch people's cars, like that's disrespectful. But yeah, that's why I don't go
Touching Jenga and cards. I
there. And
can't.
cars, they're just disrespectful out there.
Okay. All right.
But anyway,
Anyway, anywho, maybe don't go there. Maybe do. Whatever.
Maybe
We hang
whatever.
out there even though it's awful.
I go there.
I go there sometimes if I have like, that's one bar I never go by myself for sure. Like you know, if you
It's
have
a last minute
reinforcements,
thing. It's a
yeah.
last minute thing.
If you have
definitely.
reinforcements, you can go there, but have your team ready. So that's all I'm saying. But busters and busties. Now I don't know if you heard the episode where this topic even came up, but basically we were saying how you get to a level of toxicity where you just kind of lose your shit, and what gets you to that point is the question. Now, me and Izzy have been through some missions together.
Definitely.
We go way back.
Definitely.
Remember
Trust me,
when I
I'm
threw
always-
the antifreeze bottle through the car window?
Yes. We had to find something to
And
throw.
clocked this nigga in his head, yo.
We
Now
have
we're
to find
good with the
something.
statute of limitations for all these things, right? I just
Yeah.
Of
wanna-
course.
Okay.
Of
all
course.
right.
Happened
Okay.
years ago.
Back in the day
And
when I
even
was
then,
young.
I would still do that jail time gladly with a smile on my face.
Only way you would go to jail for that is if he told.
Drank it. It was an
If
empty bottle.
he told.
I just grabbed it out the trash can and threw it
We had to
through his
find
window.
something. We was looking for
Okay.
something.
Let me ask a question to you as women, right? Because this is a hard thing to deal with being a guy from the streets, right? Do you think, as your other, I'm supposed to sit here and let you vandalize my shit and not put you in jail?
I knew he was gonna go there with this.
Oh, he could
But
if he wanted to.
I didn't wait. I didn't think he was gonna say put you in jail. I thought he was gonna say put my hands on you.
That's what I
Oh,
thought.
no.
That's what
No,
I thought
but
you
you
were
know
gonna
what?
say
See,
too.
you know why I didn't
That's
say
what I thought
that?
you were gonna
Because
say too.
I'm gonna lose
That's true.
my vehicle and my freedom.
True, but
So-
a lot of people don't think that way. They just go with the anger, and
But
then
the
just
difference with my situation was he wouldn't leave me alone, and that's why that happened. It wasn't because I felt some type of way towards him or I was jealous or anything like that. The nigga just was always trying to bully me all the time. Like I've had some pretty like
Bitch ass niggas.
niggas, but also just like emotional warfare is what I went through. That's the best way to describe it. But not so much like a nigga putting his hands on me, because Lord knows I'm gonna win every time. Just so you know. And that motherfucking neck will tell you the truth. Because he got that Nerf gun to the back of his neck.
Nerf gun.
He couldn't move his neck for like a month.
I don't think females be conscious of the tricks they do to guys to make that crazy come out. Because I don't think guys are
Please
just
let me know the
crazy.
tricks.
I don't think
Because
guys are
then
just
I'll
crazy.
never do it again.
I
I don't
think-
I don't know,
anything.
like, okay. I think one thing is like the head is like crazy. The head will change your perspective in a relationship. I love a great soul snatcher. Now, vagina is cool, but if you're like, you gotta
soul
be really,
snatcher?
you gotta be really
crazy.
talented.
Soul
Listen, you
snatcher
have
is
to
crazy.
be really talented
that.
to know how to like.
You've never
Look,
heard
you
that
see how
term?
you, like they can't really see this because we're not on camera.
Thank
but
God for
if you
that.
holding-
We've done seen mics
knowing how to
molested,
hold
water bottles.
it and do it takes a lot of talent.
That's where the love comes in, right
Yeah.
there.
But I feel
Right
like
here.
there's so
Right
many
here.
women that know how to do that.
No, it's not.
No?
No, that's like saying you know a
Not
bunch of
well.
guys that know how to eat vagina.
No, that's definitely not true. Definitely not true.
And that's what he's trying to convey.
Goat.
He
I'm
said
him.
he's the goat.
Oh my!
I'm him. So
Mr. Boombastic.
listen, right? This is why I come to say
appalled.
what I'm saying.
I'm clutching my
I
pearls.
need
not in front of the
somebody
water
that's
bottle.
giving me
Cover their eyes.
the same
Pour
energy that
Poland
I'm willing to
Springs.
give.
Let me put it away.
Put it there.
Oh,
Pause. Okay, pause.
Hey,
Out of control.
you gotta be able to give the same energy that I'm giving.
I've known guys that thought they knew what they were doing.
Why do you think they call me Mr. Boombastic?
I don't know.
no, I thought we were the only ones.
Google Maps.
Right?
I don't think you are. I
Are you
don't think
cheating
you
on
are.
us with another podcast?
No,
Let me
it's not a
find out.
podcast. But
I
I
need
know
some
my
more
way
whiskey.
around vagina.
We definitely should have got another bottle.
Sorry, he's trying to tell his truth.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I am the truth. I'm not trying to tell you
I
anything.
am the truth. Yes.
And so
Bust
humble.
that bitch open.
So he's so humble.
Magic happens.
What was
This
I
is
gonna
when the
say?
magic happens.
Where the magic
You see how they can't see what I just
Oh
seen.
shit!
Hey, Izzy, we not about to
Come on.
Hold
share
on.
with the
Hold
share the
on.
wealth.
live. Come on.
Just give me a little sip.
Did you not just see how she unraveled the bottle? This is what I'm talking about. Like,
So there's a bottle
only
here.
if you could have
That's
seen
why
this
she's
shit.
messy.
There's
she
a-
know what she doing.
There's a bottle of rum here. She looks delicious.
She's a puller backer.
Pull her backer.
So
Gross. Because I just think uncircumcised when I hear that, and I just want to throw up.
oh, that's all.
Please.
Okay, that was what.
No,
Okay, so
I don't do those.
Don't.
I don't do those.
Oh my god! I literally want to just run in the other direction when I see that.
So what do you do if you get in a situation? You're there now,
I'm-
and it's like, bang.
you should see my
It's out.
face.
It's
just
out.
like-
What do you do with it? It's there. It's
Yeah, what
out.
do you do? What do you do, Izzy?
I'm just a girl.
I don't know because
you pull that turtleneck back.
wait, it's only happened to me once,
And you're like,
and that was a long time
Was
ago.
it different though?
Huh?
Was it different?
It was
Like,
the-
what's
it-
the difference
I don't-
between?
It was wait at that time. It was the only one I've ever had. It was my
Yeah, that
first.
sucks.
So that was
my first
well,
was uncircumcised
That
too.
was my first.
But he was so tiny, I don't even count that because I didn't feel shit.
Oh no.
I was
Oh
literally
no.
like,
No,
look at.
no, no,
I was
we're-
like, is it in?
face.
No,
Did
we're not-
you
we're
see
not
his
doing that.
enter?
We're
Did
not
you
doing
see
that.
his face?
Listen,
Did it enter?
this is, see,
all I
I'm gonna
wanna
tell
know.
you this because the guy's perspective, even if their penis is small, they still cracked.
Oh, I'm sure he was
They
happy.
still
I
fucked.
wasn't.
They did.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you
your
might not
belly
want to count
button?
them, but they
he
count
could have
you.
that. He could have
They
that.
count you.
That's all right. I found me a little Spaniard
They count.
A little
in the
spicy.
You know what I
halfway
mean,
house
man.
that bust
know
a
what I
girl
mean.
down.
A little
Hey.
spicy.
I was like, what's a halfway
Nigga
house?
crack, man.
What does that mean?
Nigga crack.
Wait, so going back to the unless you wanted to continue with the turtleneck.
Oh, I don't have a turtleneck.
Oh God!
I'm
Is
all
that why I
good.
don't like turtlenecks? I cringe when I see a turtleneck. Is that why?
I just wanted to say one thing about like Buster and Busties. Like, I know the most ratchet thing I've ever done. I felt super guilty after I did it.
Ooh, what was it? Please
I
share.
might have slapped somebody just a little bit, just slapped them.
It's like just a little tap, little love tap.
Just a little. Just
Like
a
it
little.
was nothing.
And I feel like for me it just came from like frustration. Like you're telling them you care, you're telling them what you want, you're trying to tell them what you want to change, what you need from them, and what you need to feel loved, and you're just not getting it. And it's like you're speaking to them, you're talking to them about it, you're trying to convey it in every way possible. And when what keeps happening, what keeps hurting you keeps happening, I feel like sometimes you get to the point where you just like snap. And that's, one of the reasons I'm not in that relationship, because I don't want to be that person. I never was that person, and I felt super guilty after doing that. It grossed me out. Like I never saw myself doing that, and I just didn't want to be that person. But I felt like I just got there after I tried everything else. It's like, damn, I'm telling you, I'm trying to talk it through with you, and it's like time and time again, and it's like you're doing this to me again, and you're just so hurt and so upset, and it's like, well, maybe if I hit you, but but that was intrusive thoughts, and they won that day, and that was so many years ago, but
You are so not toxic at all. That sucks. You need to be toxic. I feel like you can control your situations if you're a little more toxic. See her? You can tell she's toxic.
Why is she cheesing like that?
She's toxic.
You can tell she's
You can
toxic.
see it in her face. Like, you can tell the way she talks.
Why is she cheesing?
Look how she rolled her sleeves up. Come on, man. This is everything.
the water bottle about to tell all her
she
secrets.
She is like the
Facts.
toxic one out the cipher. You're so lovable.
Aw.
Don't change.
Aw.
You're gonna.
I'm
find
like the
somebody
teddy bear of the
that
group.
enjoys that.
Oh yeah, Mr. Perfect
Oh, that's good.
loves me for everything I have to bring to the table.
That is good.
You know that's Lil Wayne's liquor.
Really?
Well,
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Just a little change in subject. I walked into the liquor store. They were giving me samples. I tasted it. I said, "This is fucking amazing. I have to have it." I bought the bottle. It's
Is this
so
rum or
good.
whiskey?
It's rum.
you want to smell it just to smell it?
You want to try it?
This smells terrible.
Well, there is
Delicious.
coffee in there
Maybe
too.
it was that
so-
That's
cup.
I think
Sorry.
that's what it is. 'Cause it got like a mixture.
No, you
Yeah. Not everyone has an amazing water bottle that just smells watery and fresh. Okay, Isabel.
It kind of smells
Izzy,
like whiskey.
Izzy.
It smells.
It does
fruity.
smell like whiskey.
It does.
It smells fruity.
It smells like Jim Beam.
I like it.
It's really good.
So apparently I'm just like a teddy bear. Or
There's nothing wrong with that, though.
Aw.
See, that's why.
You just gotta stay away from her.
That's why.
If she rubs off on you,
See, and
She
that's
doesn't have a choice.
and
I'm her
that's why my
cousin.
ex didn't like her. You see,
he's
full
seen the
circle.
toxicity. in her
No,
face.
tell them about your current. He loves me. He's like,
Oh, fave.
That's-
He's fave, but he
He's
loves
like-
he also
I
loves
love
to
her.
like try to mess with you to bring out that toxicity.
he told me.
Because he likes the fire.
No,
He
he
goes,
told me. He
fire.
said,
Like,
he
can
said,
you
Isabel, you're my favorite. I love you. I was like, oh, I love you too.
Well, he told you
Yeah, I
that
had a
because he
moment.
done messed with you too many times, and he knew that fire was.
At least with age, I learned how to control my shit, and I learned what brings it out, and that's part of getting therapy,
What brings it
growing
out?
as a person, and that's important. So, no, for me, it's not validating my feelings.
So you're not a big talker.
Well,
About how you
I
feel.
wasn't. Now that I know how to communicate my feelings better, and I used to give people passes before. Like, I'm not a good communicator, so I can't expect you to know what I'm thinking, right? But now when I know, like, I'm telling you what I need from you, I'm telling you how I'm feeling and how the situation's making me feel. But if you keep playing this game with me and not, like, giving me oh, I understand where you're coming from, but this is how I'm gonna proceed to act or whatever. Instead, you're just giving me a little, like, almost like a carrot, dangling a carrot, like give you just enough to keep you around, but not giving you what you actually need, or just telling someone, I can't give that to you. Like, just keep it 100. Like, that's where the toxicity comes in. And I'm like,
I actually had this conversation the other day with somebody that I used to talk to, but we're like cool now. And I feel like sometimes guys would be more open to the truth if you didn't lose things that you have attachment with. Like, say right now I know I have a fine situation with you. You know, sexually everything's cool and everything, and I just tell you, hey, well, I seen another girl that I found attractive and I want to have sex with her. It's no way. It's probably like a 90% chance you're going to say, well, yeah, I can't have sex with you anymore.
mm-hmm.
Have sex with her then.
Right.
You're not going to say, oh, it's cool. Have sex with both of us. Right?
Yeah,
That's not going to really happen.
That's a surefire way to get your
Right.
windows busted
But
out.
you see? But no, that's the honesty about being honest and not being honest. See? We go back to the movie with Tyrese, Baby Boy, right? When he was like,
Lord.
when he said, I'll tell you the truth.
You look at me.
He said, I lied to you.
Tell me the truth.
He said,
Tell me
I
the
lied to you because I care about your feelings.
That's bullshit.
It makes so much sense in so
No, it
many
doesn't.
ways. It does.
You
No,
can't
because
have your cake and eat
if
it
you're-
too. Just
if you're
don't be in
going-
So
a
what are you supposed to
relationship.
do with
If-
cake?
Do not be in a
What are you
relationship.
supposed to
or
do with
be in a
cake?
relationship,
If I bring you a cake for your
open
birthday, right,
relationship.
and you cut it right now, what do you do with it? You eat it.
So she can do that too.
That's like no.
But
you
you're
know
okay
what
with her
it
doing
is?
that too. You're okay with
Yes.
sharing her. You're okay with. So you
if
should.
we have that situation at hand, then
that's
that's
an
what
open
it is.
relationship.
So you
Exactly.
you should go into a relationship with it being an open relationship, and if you go into a relationship with it being an open relationship,
Yeah.
you're not gonna have those problems. But if you go into a
Exactly.
relationship not talking about those
You
things,
gotta give the person
then you're
a
gonna
choice.
you're gonna assume that you're gonna be
That's the perfect. That's in the perfect.
you're
life.
gonna
Yeah.
you're gonna assume
Well-
that is gonna be monogamous and
That's why I said you need to put it all on the table in the beginning.
I'm
before
crazy
feelings
enough, you
get
need
involved.
to.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm bananas.
So you don't
No,
understand
like
why a guy
if
needs
I
multiple
was
women?
single, I don't give a fuck what you're doing.
I understand why people want multiple people, period, whether it be women or men.
Yeah, I get it.
I think multiple people is a void that you need to fill, and it's not necessarily sexual. Sometimes it's just loneliness, or you're not getting enough attention from the other party, because of life, because of whatever you're going through. So I feel like you seeking something from elsewhere, it has to do with a void, and it doesn't necessarily have to do with something being wrong with me. It's just, if we go into a relationship, I'm a monogamous person. If I'm not a monogamous person, then I'm going on an exercise regimen, and I'm going to be a fucking basketball wife. Like, that's plan B.
Plan B.
But otherwise, because I'm not going to deal with bullshit and not get paid for it. Just saying. Just saying.
That's fair.
But
I don't think it is.
But if I go into something and we're gonna be monogamous, we're gonna be monogamous. Or you're gonna be rich and pay for and do whatever you want and pay for me to have my lifestyle, because I'm not dealing with bullshit for free.
Okay.
That's true though.
So, I heard you say you was in a relationship with a guy, and part of the reason why it wasn't working for you is because he didn't have time for you, right? So, me being a guy, if I'm in a situation with a woman and I have the time for you, but I want to sleep with another woman that don't need as much attention and caring and everything that you need, right?
I think there's something more to that bothers me. I think it's bigger than you wanting to sleep with another woman, because that would bother me. It's that you're willing to share me, and that would bother me more than you wanting to be with someone else.
No, but you
That
said
would
it right
irk
though.
the fuck
That's
out of
like
me.
if you come into an open situation, you would share somebody. It's like, like I can't control where your vagina goes.
I don't know. I feel like there's no such thing as like, oh, there's a void with this person. No, you just don't know what you want. You're trying to figure that out. That's how I feel. Because if I'm single and I'm like dating multiple people or whatever it is, it's because I'm trying to figure out who I'm trying to fuck with, or who is going to make me happy, right? But then once I already know clearly what I need in my life, and that's when I commit to somebody, once I found that. And then I have no need to move around or see other people. Like, just in my
So I get that
perspective.
from when I was younger, I could never understand why someone would feel like they need that. Now that I've been in a relationship for so long and you go through so many ups and downs and lulls and different things, like I've never been unfaithful, but just that doesn't mean that you don't feel different things, and it literally doesn't have to be because of wanting sex, or doesn't have to be because of, it can just be just avoid just something that's not a need that's not getting met, and you start to feel a certain kind of way. I'm not the type of person that would act on it. I sooner rather water the grass in my lawn instead of because that's where I want it to be green.
Water your own lawns, people.
But
sprinkle.
With Poland Spring.
Spring.
But
I really need a check.
But after like hearing different outlooks on cheating and being in a relationship for so long, and kind of like just understanding going through different feelings and what have you, that's where I'm coming from with that. Am I absolutely right? Maybe not, but that's just like my perspective from the things that I've been through. So
Okay, you.
Like Michael Blackson had an open relationship that burnt
You
badly.
just said when you're dealing with people, you're single, and you might go on dates with a couple guys to try to figure out whatever you're looking for, right? Do you have sex with multiple guys when you're single and do that? So what if? How do you get down to the nitty gritty on looking for a guy if you're dating multiple people?
Sex is completely out of the question when I'm dating, because that alters your line of thinking, and that's just chemically, biologically, that's what happens, right? But also because that alters their line of thinking, whether they want to deal with you. If the pussy's good,
and not only that,
they'll deal with you till the cows come home, even though they hate you as a person.
The chase is over too.
The chase is over too.
So it's different.
Yeah.
Like once that chase is over, it's also the relationship also changes.
You know what I would never do? I would never try to give a female's perspective on dealing with me, because I don't know how a female is. I don't know what a female thinks.
But at the end of the day, another reason why sex is off the table, because when we're old and your shit don't work, or I'm too fucking dried up, what's left then?
Yep.
I need to know that deep down I like you or love you as a person, that you are going to complete me in an emotional level.
Exactly.
And I can't even get wet for you if you can't.
That's a fact.
Yep.
If you can't reach my heart. You know what I mean?
And I think
That
like
is
I cannot even
facts.
get wet for you. Like I
That's
don't
facts.
even give a shit about that until we're on an emotional level where I'm like, damn, I can't live without this person. And that's when it's
and I feel like sex is important just because like you want to feel wanted. Like it's more than just like getting your rocks on. Like you want to feel wanted, and that's where the importance of like having it when you're in a relationship comes in for me. Like it's great. I'm not saying it's not great, but the importance of it is so much bigger than that, because when it's not happening, I feel unwanted. It's more the emotional aspect that's bothering me than me not getting, because there's other ways to
literally like
get myself
I was in love with
figured
someone.
out.
We were looking at engagement rings and everything. Like the sex was trash. Like I can't even put it any other way. I was not turned on at all by the sex with this man. But the way he would look at me like I was the most beautiful woman on earth, just caressing my leg, I was like, ooh, you know what I mean? Like that got me off.
Them wanting,
but then I would
wanting
just
you.
use my toys and I would water
be
my own
straight.
grass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
See,
saying?
That's not really
Or-
realistic though.
or teach
not
it, or
realistic.
tell them a couple things that you want. You're like,
Yeah.
to the right,
Nah.
please, sir.
I-
To
See,
the right.
a lot of guys don't like. You see how you like? I say certain things and you say I'm a unicorn, right? But I just feel like I have a little more understanding than guys do, because I love women. Like, you know what I mean? So, like my mom, like my sister. So I kind of know the way women think a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I know sometimes it could be the smallest things that means everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes guys are like really simple. So we don't have the extra amount of brain space that you think we have to know what you're thinking when you're not talking.
Yeah,
no, you don't.
Shit like that.
No, you don't.
Yeah, but see,
But-
me, I'm the type of person I understand. I understand this. I understand that the way to get you wet is to mind fuck you first.
Well, you have
Fuck
to.
your mental.
But how are you,
You
doing
have
that
to.
though?
Stimulating conversations, comfortability.
But every woman is so complicated in what stimulates her mentally.
And
I mean, that's part of figuring out.
Just
what you're doing.
don't piss me off.
And I think you touched upon that. I think
Nobody wants to see
sometimes we read into actions, like we read into every single action, like, oh, he did this, so like this is how he feels towards me, or this was so disrespectful, and we read in so much into what's happening, and we're kind of like, well, you did this, so like you must feel this way about me, or you must not respect me in this way, whereas we sometimes fail to realize, like, if we just made ourselves clearer in what we wanted, and we can pinpoint what we wanted instead of being upset about everything and nagging about a bunch of things, if we were able to pinpoint more exactly what we wanted and convey that to men, they'd be like, oh, okay, instead of us being like...
But
being
half
like,
of the time, they're not even listening. You don't
No,
get no
they-
type of
no.
eye contact.
Facts.
Eye contact
They
is
don't
huge for me.
listen.
I want to know that you're
That's a
listening
big
to what
thing.
the fuck I'm
That's
saying
a big
to
thing.
you.
I swear.
These guys suck, by the way. that you
Yes,
guys
they
meet.
do.
They suck.
They do.
but I'm a teddy bear.
There is nothing that literally infuriates me more if someone's looking at their phone while I'm talking to them.
Or playing video games while you're talking to them.
So I think what got
That's
me...
kind of different. It depends. If I'm playing this game already before you start the conversation, or like, you know, because I would never like have a conversation with you and just start playing the game in your face.
That's
But
true.
if I'm playing the game first, why would you choose this time right here to talk to me?
Well, because sometimes things come up and it needs to be said. You need to listen.
now. Oh, wait, right
Pause
just
that
now.
for a second. Let me talk to you. Okay, I'm listening. No, the fuck you're not, because
Well, depending on the game, they can't always pause it. I
thank
will
you.
say that.
You're awesome.
Thank
Well,
you.
no,
understand.
because they play online. I understand. 'Cause
Yeah,
I've
it's
been
like
told
live.
that I
Right.
can't
Yeah.
pause it. I'm playing online, so I'm like,
Well, then
all
die.
right, well,
You gotta take a page out of her book, put a pen in it.
But this is the thing. I'm
Come
like,
right back
okay,
to this.
when you can, let me know or whatever. And that time never comes.
Because
'Cause I
guys
be
are
asleep.
simple.
I be asleep for like at 3:00 in the morning.
Well, you was supposed to remind him. You had that
I wish
conversation.
everybody can have like perfect harmonizing relationships. But I don't think life is meant to be as simple.
No, I think people keep saying the word perfect too much. There is
No,
such
there's
thing.
no such thing as perfect.
You literally have
There
to.
isn't.
And like she was saying,
And relationships
how
are
that,
work.
when we were on the episode about first loves, before we would fall in love, I feel like that word comes from like nothing is in your way. Not your thoughts, not your feelings about the past, and you literally just fall into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's why it doesn't become a sustainable love, because you're going in with expectations that, oh, whatever your expectations are, because you see your parents have been together for however many years, and you're like, oh, well, if I fall in love, it's gonna be like that.
Or you're told,
whatever.
or you're told a story like.
Or told a
But it's
story,
not the
whatever the
same.
case is. But once you live your life and you've been through, multiple relationships, you realize I have to work at this, and I have to choose this person every single day for this to work, because it's not always going to be perfect. And there's people who think you're a certain way. Like for me, you know how many times I get put on a pedestal because people think I'm like, oh, Viv's this cool ass chick and she's funny and she's this and that. And then once they have me, they don't know what to do with me, and they're like, ooh, she's spicier than I thought she was, like, or she's so busy I can't obtain her attention, or whatever the case is. And it's like, listen, I told you what it was from the get-go. Like, if you're gonna deal with me, this is literally the lineup. Like, I have a million projects, I have this, I have that, I have kids, I have whatever. I will make time for you if I feel like you're going to use that time wisely, if that makes sense. Like,
It's
I want the
moving
focus
together.
on me in that time.
It's moving together, and it's like I think too, a lot of people are like, well, they should take me as I am. They should take me as I am. But then you get with somebody else, and you're like, oh, I can't stand this. I can't stand that. They need to change that shit, or I'm out. It's growing together, and if you can't, and I say that. Like, maybe every 2 to 3 years, you're turning into a different person. I'm a different person than I was when I was 23, 24,
I'm different from
27.
last year.
Exactly. Yeah. And so it's kind of like, especially when you're in a relationship for a long time, sometimes it gets to the point where you're almost like roommates because you're moving. You're both moving.
Well, they say marriage is like a partnership, like a business transaction.
But you literally have to talk to each other. It's like, I'm not, like, you don't even, that connection is dwindling and what have you. And it's like you're falling in love again, but you're falling in love with the people that you are now, and those are different people. And if you can't keep falling in love with that person as you're going along, it's just not gonna work. And you should be willing to change, move, and change together.
Adapt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Adapt. But that's why it's so important to find someone with the same goals as you. Because you can move and adapt,
or at least that's
in
willing
the same
to
direction.
be super supportive of your goals while holding their own like morals and what they need, but at least super supportive of you. Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
Well, you can do all that shit you guys talk about right there and be cheated on still. You know why?
But you know what?
Men are too simple. You're overthinking it. You're overthinking the whole situation. Because you might get a guy right now.
But why are you such an advocate of that? Like, why do we have to make peace with that? Why does that have to be okay?
But we don't have to do that either. So this have to be a compromising situation.
But only for you, because I don't have the problem in that situation.
Men. You're speaking for women.
But so no, I don't have that issue in my relationship. I know where my man is. I don't have that issue in my relationship. And if I did have that issue in my relationship, again, plan B, basketball wife. Like,
why do you have another plan if it's all figured out?
People don't live forever, homie. Like,
God damn. Not you killing him off already.
Right. Like, she can't die off. So, do you think he has a plan B?
I think he would make a lovely basketball wife, okay?
B, right?
But he already know when we
B?
get to the pearly gates, it's me and him. There is no till death do us part, because I'm going to follow that motherfucker into the afterlife, into the next life, into whatever life he already know. So,
I thought you wasn't toxic at all.
If me and another person decide to commit to each other, if you need to be with another bitch, then like you said, go be with that other bitch. I don't need it because there's so many men in this world that I will find another one. Like, it's not that deep.
Or if
I don't get butthurt over it.
Or
it's
if
like,
I have
if you want to be with somebody else, cool.
Or if
See
I
you
have
later,
to
we
put up
still-
with something that I didn't want to put up with, then I should be fucking put in a lavish lifestyle to put up with that bullshit. Why am I putting up with it for someone that's like mid?
That's what I'm talking about. I have been cheated on in every relationship I've ever been with. Even the fucking Vietnamese dude. Fuck you, bro. Dragon Ball Z motherfucker. That shouldn't even be a part of your culture.
I just have a question.
But I'm just saying.
So you're the perfect person to ask this question to then.
That sounds like it.
What was the problem?
I don't know. Only one person, one out of all the relations. I've been in a lot of relationships. I'm a serial monogamer.
Felt like they weren't enough.
Jumping from a relationship to a relationship, and they always want to wife me up. But then they're like, "Oh, I can't really be with you."
That sounds like insecurity.
Nah, that sounds like
my ex-husband was the only one that gave me a solid answer on this. So he said, "I felt demasculated because you wanted too much from me and I wasn't ready to be that person." Because when we met, he spent most of his life in jail. Like, he never had a childhood. He was in jail the whole time. He was basically a teenager. So he was like, but nigga, you wanted to marry me. I didn't propose to you, motherfucker. So if you weren't ready, then why do all that?
Because
and that's the
he
second.
wanted to
I've been proposed to 3 times by people who weren't ready. 3 times. Like, why do you even ask the question? This is what makes bitches bust out windows. Because you pretend like you're ready when you're not ready. And it's okay to not be ready, but just say that. Listen, I'm not ready. I'm giving you the choice of moving on, but niggas don't want to let the girl move on. I want you to be with me, but I'm not ready for you. So that's what turns these women into toxic women who therefore bust your shit out because you're playing games with their hearts. You're playing games.
Are you familiar with the Illuminati?
Yes.
Okay.
They try to recruit me, motherfuckers.
See? So you know there's levels to this shit. It's doors to this shit.
Yeah.
And it's doors to your vagina. Keep going back to this. A nigga gonna tell you whatever they want to tell you to get that vagina. I want to marry you.
Even getting married, they will.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
You'll be surprised.
They will be your friend
You
for
will be
like
surprised.
a bunch of years until
You see how you like you're the type of person that's like, oh, fucking is off the table when I'm dating people.
Yeah.
What's the quickest way to get through that?
I don't know. I'm still not fucking.
Tell her what she want to hear.
I'm still not
Wife
fucking.
you up.
I
Now I'm
haven't
with
had
you,
sex in about
and-
6 months, and I am not rushing into that shit because at the end of the day, I know where my head's at, and that's on that bag.
damn.
I could give 2 shits
Your
about
money's
a fucking
on
nigga
them
right
batteries.
now. Not to say I'm not dating somebody amazing. Love you, boo. No, not I don't love you, but you're cool.
See?
But,
She already.
but I am seeing someone.
See,
He's
even
amazing.
she's doing the same
but
thing guys
I'm just saying.
Telling them what they
I'm
want to hear.
just saying. I am not in any shape or form rushing anything because at the end of the day, if you're not helping me obtain my goal, then it's not meant to be. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to be with me, that's one thing I learned. There was too many dudes in the past that I dealt with that held me back. I would have been in a whole different tax bracket right now if I didn't deal with the twins' dad. Like, real shit. He held me back from doing a lot of shit I should have done with my life because of his jealousy. And I feel like the next nigga, if they're not my biggest cheerleader, then I don't want you. I don't want you.
You see how this whole time, right, we've had this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I never once heard you guys say anything about what a guy wants.
They want the vagina.
No,
we made that
not
very
not
clear.
only that. No, I'm
They
saying
don't
like,
say
I'm saying that
anything,
from
they'll
a
marry
male's
you
perspective, but I'm
for
saying
vagina.
all I've heard,
want
like-
silence,
good head.
Yeah.
silence.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like
But
they
I'm saying this, right?
They don't want you to say nothing to them.
Females know what they don't like way more than what they do like. Like, you can tell me a bunch of things you don't like right now,
Oh, I can tell you a bunch of things I do like too.
but not more than you dislike.
Yeah.
So,
Good communication.
you know what guys don't like? Guys don't like dealing with females that think about what they want and not what I want.
guys want to be appreciated.
Exactly. We want the same things.
But guys, like you said, guys are easy. We know what they want.
We're simple.
But that's why I think
we're not easy. We're simple.
that's
they're
why
easy.
So you're easy to. We're probably easy to fuck. But we're not easy to cuff, because if I feel like you're not like a nurturing woman, you know, that could
I'm not nurturing
that
at
I can
all.
learn something from as well. Like, I don't want to be with a woman that I'm teaching everything to, and you can't teach me anything.
I'm not
That doesn't make
nurturing
sense.
at all.
But that's why I can see where I get like the cheating seems to come. Like, you're such a strong woman and you're out there getting the bag, out there doing what you have to do, and just being
in my
and being
astrology
amazing.
chart, I have 7 out of 10 masculine traits.
And I mean, we know you're a man.
like,
We've been doing
but
that,
I-
but that's not what I'm talking about right now.
I dealt with so many bitch ass niggas that couldn't be the man. It's not like
No,
I
no.
wanted to be
And
the man.
and
I was trained to because they couldn't.
I don't have
So
a-
now I don't trust anybody to do what they're supposed to do. When you go home from the fucking grocery store and you got little toddlers that you're pulling out the car and you see an eviction notice in your fucking door that you think your rent's getting paid because the motherfucker is supposedly at work all the fucking time? No. He was fucking some other bitch 2 towns
That's when you
away.
become the
See,
That's what he
buster.
was
No,
doing.
that's
And
what-
that's what makes masculine women, because they have to fend for themselves when they shouldn't have to do everything. You're in a partnership for a reason.
No,
Cheating.
and I don't have a solution, and I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying, You're amazing. You're doing all these things that you need to be doing, and it's hard. I think it's hard for another man to feel like he can hold a candle towards you, and you have that self-consciousness, and then they do want to be made to feel like they do want to be made to feel appreciated, but they probably don't feel appreciated because they're really not bringing something to the table. And I'm not excusing how they feel or what have you. I'm just kind of like thinking through like what's going on. I don't know what you should do with that. I'm just thinking through like what it seems to be.
Right.
And I could be wrong.
I feel like the way a lot of females set dating up is like you would basically have to pay someone to be their boyfriend. Like I don't want to. If I have to listen, hear me out. If I have to buy your love, I don't want your love. Females come with a lot of things attached to them where they feel like, well, a guy has to have. This is the only generation I've ever been in where you have to have your shit together to date a broke bitch.
I think you're talking to the wrong.
No,
I think you're talking about the
hood. I'm not talking
yeah,
to
yeah.
about
Okay,
them hood
okay,
chicks.
okay.
No, I'm
that
talking
want
about,
their bills paid from some man. I pay my own bills.
I'm not speaking on you.
I know.
I'm saying females.
I'm just saying in general.
I'm old enough to have seen my share of women.
There's
a lot of women that I
though.
encounter, they have this thing set up in their head where they feel like a man is supposed to take care of them. Now, let's say if I do take care of you, you don't even like me for real. I'm taking care of you. No, you laughing, but this is a serious situation.
No,
I'm taking care of you. I'm spending my money on you, and the whole time you're in this relationship for what I can do for you, not because, like you said, when my shit don't work and your shit dries up, then.
But
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
But if you're
you don't
getting
even
to
like me
know,
for real.
but if you're getting
Yeah.
to know the
This is what this
person
generation
before
is,
you
like,
have sex with
city
them, then you
girls,
know how it is.
the
You
city-
know they're
they
using
got,
you.
like-
But that's
they-
what I'm saying. But this
Even the music-
is like
Even the
that.
Yeah.
music is training
We're
females to do
different.
this.
We-
No,
we're
y'all.
built
This is what I'm saying.
different.
It's
We're-
generational
yeah,
shit.
we're,
Like,
you know,
what I mean? Like,
no,
y'all.
I agree that there's women like that. I'm just saying you can weed those women out by getting to know them a little bit further.
and make sure that they have
And for
shit
those
going on for themselves.
and for
Right.
those men and women both, aren't those usually like the men and women who know they're like fine or
Shit,
who know
there's
they're
niggas
whatever?
like that too.
And that's why
Man.
I said men and women. For those men and women both who want to be taken care of, is because they have nothing to offer but their looks, and looks expire, looks fade.
Yep.
Their stock is plummeting daily. And maybe if you were less fickle and who you cared to put that into who you cared to put that money and time and energy to, and it didn't have to be like the flyest bitch who thinks she's fly as fuck.
Right.
It could be the average bitch that
Right.
like is gonna be amazing to you. Then you wouldn't go through those, and
Right.
vice versa. Like if you were going to the dude who's nerdy as fuck and just minding his business instead of having to have like the coolest
I'm
fucking
sorry,
dude.
I can't deal with the nerd.
I
I've
was
tried
gonna
that.
say that. You
I
can't.
can't.
Mine's
This
is a nerd.
motherfucker.
Mine's is a
I don't want
nerd.
to call him that. I apologize. I'm been drinking. You're not a
I've been
motherfucker.
drinking.
But like, no, this homie of mine, right? I don't know why he went on my page. So I put like just one of those memes where it's like,
Them nerds are not.
dating in your 40s is like going to the thrift store and only having the sale rack to choose from. I thought it was hilarious. I'm just saying, it's funny. But like he took it, he DM'd me and everything like, oh, why it gotta be about money? Like, where did you get money from that? Like, it's like a thrift store is stuff that's worn down. So like for me in my head, I interpret that as like,
Yeah, but there's
the sale rack has been the shit that's been worn down the most.
There's
And
nerds.
that's all you have to choose from.
There's-
There's the people that are so emotionally damaged that you can't give them away for free. Like, that's where I got from that meme. And y'all can correct me if you want to, but
It's
that's
the
just how I
simplicity of guys,
interpreted
like,
it.
I'm telling you, guys are simple.
Well, some guys are on that like red pill journey too, where they're like they read into things so much because they're listening to these podcasts where like women are the devil and like
But he's
so
like-
he automatically jumps to that conclusion. It sounds like he might
He's
be on like a
your-
red pill
your
journey.
Ex would, be designered out in chains and this and that. You need a more simple man that just goes to work, comes home, maybe plays his video games, and no, I'm sorry. My child goes to work and comes home and plays video games. I'm not attracted to that. For me, like, I need someone who, okay, you can go to work, I go to work, we share the bills. I'm not asking for nobody to take care of me. I don't expect nobody to take care of me. I expect it to be a partnership. And a lot of people don't even agree with that either. They're more traditional. But, like, we're in Connecticut, one of the most expensive states to live in. And you have to have... Dude, you're driving me crazy with that. I'm sorry. But, like, you have to have some sort of partnership just to fucking exist in this state. You know? You can't live by yourself.
Yeah, you need
it's
like
hard.
a 2-household income.
Right. So
nowadays.
I think these people that we're talking about are in survival mode. And not to make excuses for them, but I think that's just where they're at. They don't know how to survive. They're trying to figure it out by relying on a man, you know? And that's not cool, and I don't think that's okay in any shape or form. But I'm just saying, like, for me, it's just like, if you're not contributing to me, like, we need to level up, like you said. I can't keep constantly moving forward,
or
and you're stuck down here.
Support me so I can bring us upward.
But even still, like, you have to have your own goals and your own things. You don't have to... I'm not made out of money. I don't have the financial stability I should be in right now. But, like... And I don't expect you to be either. We're working towards that.
I say that from a place where, like, the person I'm with, he already had a good lifestyle, good way to make money beforehand.
Right.
So it's not like he's necessarily like, I gotta do this, whereas I'm like constantly making moves and he's supporting me. So yeah, absolutely, you should both be moving together, or he should be established somewhat and supporting your hustle is kind of where I am, because that's my experience. So
yeah. What about you, Izzy? What do you think?
I don't know.
You've been quiet in the corner.
You in that water bottle.
Right. She's enjoying that water bottle.
It got warm.
She's watering her own grass right now.
It got warm.
It was really interesting to hear from, like, I feel like too, it's like there's 3 sources of estrogen right now and 1 source of testosterone, and maybe we need to no, technically no, because I'm more masculine apparently than feminine. Maybe it'd be nice to have like another male perspective to like go back and forth with issues, so that way
we'll see if we can make that happen on the next episode. In the meantime, don't forget to follow us. Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, DirtyT_podcast. And the next episode, we'll be talking about advice for your 18-year-old self. Only I already fucked up way past redemption before I even turned 18. So maybe we can add multiple generations to that. I think I would have told my 10-year-old self something different.
18 or just younger self.
Maybe at that pivotal moment, like where you,
right.
Or, yeah.
What was your pivotal moment?
Where you should have done something else. Should have pivoted in a different direction.
Or ran from somebody else. That's more like what I want to hear. I should have never.
I think that's exactly where I would go with that.
Yeah, I should have stayed far, far away from that person. But good night, everyone. Thank you for supporting Dirty Tea Podcast. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Drink your water and your whiskey and your rum.
No, I don't like to do